Hi everyone, my name is Quila Buhler. I am a Presidential Silver Ambassador with Reliv. We've been involved with this company for about 23 years now. We were looking for a business opportunity. I got great results on these products, and we were able to literally build a multi-million-dollar business off of our kitchen table. Tonight I'm going to be sharing with you how to find and expose new people to Reliv. And the things that I'm going to share with you are not theory. They're not just an idea that I've thought up or made up. They're really reality. They're actual things that have happened in my business and being able to share with you through the experience that we have. One of the things that I found out about a month ago being in Australia and in New Zealand is that everyone there likes the majority of everybody, they like game shows. There are tons of game shows on TV. And you don't sit around watching Who Wants to Be Healthy. People are there and they're looking for who wants to be a millionaire, deal or no deal. They're looking for income. And so it's very, very important that as we're looking for new people, that we're going to be talking about the business as well. There's an acronym that you might want to write down. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, write down Reliv, R on one line, E on the level below it, L below that, I below that, V. And Reliv to me stands for realize every life is valuable. And as you do that, when you recognize that every life is valuable and you think about that, you're not going to have any problem finding and talking to new people. So how do we find new people? Nothing is going to happen in your business unless you talk to new people. You know, everybody wants to build a business, but they seem to forget that we have to do our part, and that is we have to open our mouth and we've got to talk to people. And so where do you find people? They're everywhere. They're all the time. So new people are the lifeblood in your business, and you've always got to be doing that. And you have to be able to like people. I actually did a three-way with a guy once, and he was kind of grumpy. And I just simply said, I said, is this something you're really interested in? And he said, no. He goes, I don't like people. I said, well, then we may have a problem. And I go, you need to be able to want to talk to people. And he says, nope. He goes, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to see people. I don't want to do anything. And I just told him, I said, this probably isn't something that's going to work for you. So when you're out talking to people, you got to make sure that they like people. And the other thing is that, as you're working on your list and you're starting to make that, make sure that you're going to write down people that are on your chicken list, people that you're scared to death of, to talk to, because if they're not on your list, you're not thinking high enough. So let's talk about the different markets that we're going to go into. Your hot market, family, friends, neighbors. You want to share what you have. It's always very interesting to me that when people get involved in Reliv, the first thing that they want to do is run an ad. That's fine. But if you have gold in your backyard, why on earth would you want to go and put an ad in the paper to strangers that you don't know? Wouldn't you want to, share it with the people that you really care about? When you're working with your hot market, I'm just going to be upfront with you on this. There are some people that do better in this than others. Credibility and your reputation, trust factor are very, very good. And when we're talking to people, I'm always very upfront. I'm to the point I want to let people know that I'm calling them for a purpose. You want to let people know what prompted you to talk to them. You want to be able to validate when you talk to your hot market with stories and why. I think that your hot market with your family and your friends and your neighbors, that sometimes is your cold market. It certainly was for us. I remember that my mom, one Thanksgiving dinner, she was there and, she was telling everybody how sick she was and, all this kind of stuff. And I called her and I just said, Mom, I go, you know what? You know that I've got products that can help you, and you're probably better off, if you're going to talk about how sick you are, fine, but don't do it at my house. I cried. I felt so bad. So then later on she called me and she goes, Quila, she goes, I want that product. I want to get on it. And I'm like, no. And then all of a sudden she's like, what do you mean no? And I just said, Mom, I go, you don't get on the product because I want you to. You need to get on it because it's something that you're seriously interested in. So let people know why you're calling them. I'm very, very upfront to people. I will tell them that they, you know, the reason that I've called them, I'll say, like, let's say that I'm calling Sue, and I'll say, ring, ring, and hi, Sue, how are you? And she'll say, fine. And I'll say, Sue, and I'm calling you with a reason and a purpose, but how are you? And Sue's going to tell me everything that's going on. She's going to tell me that, you know, kids have allergies, or maybe her husband's lost her job, or maybe she's looking at going back to working or something, or, you know, all these things. And I'm not just sitting there waiting, you know, to jump in and say, oh, you know, you got to hear about Reliv. I'm honestly caring about her. I want to find out about her. And so she's going to tell me what's going on. At the end of that conversation, I'm going to be able to say, Sue, you know what? You have just validated why I was calling you. You were on my mind. I cannot deny that prompting that I need to talk to you. Let me share with you something that I'm involved in and see if this might interest you. And then I'm going to tell her. So, hot market, very, very fun. Next market is the warm market. That's new friends, your networking partners, networking groups that you might go to, breakfast networks, business groups, chambers of commerce, hobbies, referrals. All right. So, you don't know these people, but because your hot market does, you do have credibility with these people. Always ask for referrals from your hot market. Who do you know? If you're not doing that, you are missing out on a great opportunity to build your business. So you really need to do that. I love the warm market. It's fun. You know, again, there's that barrier that's broken down there, and it's exciting. So you want to invest in these people, talk to them, get to know them. You know, how do you find these groups? You go out and you do your due diligence. You probably have other people that you know, that you network with, that are involved in different groups, and see if they have an opening for someone with Reliv in the nutritional field. All right, cold market, strangers. I love the cold market. It's the largest market. Opportune moments. You can meet people by fairs, health fairs, job fairs, at church, in town, newspaper, radio ads, build relationships with this. And the goal of all this is to create interest and set an appointment. But the cold market is your largest market, and when you master that, there's no stopping you. However, it can also be the hardest and the most frustrating. So you can invest in these people, and you can create your own opportune moments. Let me give you an example of a couple things. Once I was at the grocery store, and a lady had Slim Fast, it's a diet drink here in the States, in her cart. And I just looked at her and I said, do you really like that stuff? And she's like, no. She goes, but there's really nothing else. And I said, there is. I go, put all that back. I said, you can keep, keep a six-pack, but we need to talk. And we exchanged numbers. I told her about our the Simplicity, which is the Reshape in Australia and New Zealand, and she got on that, and it was just that simple. Another time, when I go to the makeup counter, I'll ask people, do you really like, or like a lady will help me, and I'll say, you must really like what you do, and they'll say something like, it's okay, it pays the bills. Well, then that's going to let me know that I'm going to talk to her about Reliv. Or if they say, yes, I love what I do, they're so good to me, that's not going to be the right time I'm going to talk to them, because she's not interested. I can go on and on and on. I hand out cards to strangers. You guys have a Costco now in Sydney. You go through there on a Saturday, and all the people are looking at all the vitamins, and I can walk my cart through, and I just go, I'm just so glad I don't have to worry about that, because all these people are trying to figure out what to do. And I'm telling you, it just takes me a couple times to go through there, and someone will go, what do you mean? And I can talk to them. License plates in the States, I had a man, we have Reliv on all 4 of our cars. We've got Reliv, 4 Reliv, B Reliv, and Q Reliv. And we had a guy follow me and ask me if I was the Reliv lady. I'm like, of course I am. So now you've got an appointment. Be prepared. And what do you bring? And we're going to talk about stories. First thing, be on time. Always be 10 minutes early. There are people there that if you do not show up before 10 minutes, like if you're after 10 till, they're going to think you're late. So remember, you're dealing with all kinds of individuals, all kinds of personalities, and you've got to make sure that you treat this like a business and you're on time. Is this a business for you? Is it a hobby? Or is it an interest? And if it's a business, then let's treat it like that. Know where you're going. Many, many times, absolutely cannot stand it when I'll be like, I'm sorry, I got lost, I don't know where I am, I'm only, and you show up 10 minutes late. It's just very, very unprofessional. You want to be clean, you want to be polished. Example, I was on an appointment, there was a gentleman, and he had his mother with him, and I thought, why does he have his mom with him? And she was tattered. She looked like she just rolled out of bed, her hair was a wreck, she had body odor, her teeth were not cleaned, she had bad breath. I mean, she just was something that, she looked like she just woke up. And at the end of the presentation, he said that he was interested, but his mom was involved in a multi-level marketing legal company, and she wanted to know if she could handle my legal affairs. And for a split second in my brain, I thought, seriously? She can't even take care of herself. We need to be a product of the product. You need to walk the walk. So if we're going to talk the talk about nutrition, then you need to do it at your end to take care of yourself and to get into shape and to look the part, okay? I'm not saying that you have to be perfect or anything, but you want to be clean. Now, let me give you another example. I went on an appointment once with a potato farmer, and I remember that I was wearing jeans and a shirt and a blazer, and we just had the best conversation. And in walks another distributor in a silk dress. Would you wear a silk dress meeting with a potato farmer? No. So always make sure you know who you're going to talk to. Bring your iPad, bring your laptop, bring your phone, bring a presentation application or booklet, just in case your electronics don't work. Have the videos loaded on your computer and ready to go, because not always can we get internet. If you have a lifestyle magazine, have your order form. Have your orders ready for 25, 30, 35, 40%. Have your distributor application on the computer, and if you don't get a connection, always have one printed out so that they can fill that out. Have product with you. There is nothing that absolutely sends me up the wall when people go on appointments and they don't have product, and they make people wait a week. I will tell you that excitement, when I'm speaking with someone, I want them to hardly wait to rip the lids off those cans. And the fact is that when you make people wait, all that excitement goes away. So have product with you. Have people lined up to share their stories. Hey, hey Elizabeth, I've got a call that I'm going to be, an appointment I'm doing. Can you be available to share your story? Okay, you want to get people ready. And your upline, if they are available. It's very important. You always want to bring your upline in. Okay, on the presentation, share the whole Reliv story. Don't just share part of it. Example, we have a wonderful couple in the States, Vivian and Krishna Lewis. They've been on Reliv for about 15, 16 years. Vivian just got great results with these products. With post-polio syndrome, was very, very faithful to these products. Chrisman, after 20 years in a job, got laid off. And he tried for a year, to try to get an interview. Actually, he saw the writing on the wall, and for a year he tried and nothing happened. And then he came to us and said, is there a business? Because the person that introduced him never went over that. They actually had looked on other network marketing companies at a business, but no one ever called them back. Amazing. And here they are. They're some of the top leaders in Reliv. They're just amazing. So share the whole story. Don't make the decision for someone else if the business is something that they should know about or not. Become an expert people connector, all right? The more people you connect, the winner. That's all we're doing. We're just connecting people from one person to another. And when you're on that presentation, the stories are going to validate what you're trying to say. They might be with you, and they're going to hear you, but they're really going to hear the stories. That's what connects and validates. You want to be genuine. You want to be enthusiastic. So you don't want to be like, hi, well, and here is this, and here's Bob Montgomery, and yeah, we're excited. You don't want to do that. You want to be yourself. You don't want to be over like, yeah, and here's Bob. You just want to be yourself. Have integrity and be honest. Again, people, they can tell if you're not being honest or not. Hold on, I need to take a drink. All right, so closing. You're at the end. All right. This is, I like to think of this as helping people make a decision. What caught your attention? At the end, I'll usually go through that and I'll say something like, I know that there's a lot of things that interest you. What interests you? We talked about a lot of things, and what is it that interests you? Is it the product, the business, or both? And most people will go both. And I'll say, okay, and then I'll pop right over to well, where do you see yourself getting started? Or if they say both, I'll run them right over and I'll show them their options again, enrolling 25, 30, 35, 40. And then I'll say, after we do that, then I'll say, well, where do you see yourself? This part was really hard for me. I would always get people started and I would never ask them for the money. So I did an appointments once where there was another girl sitting with me, and we did the appointment at the end. I did the thing, so where do you see your, what here, we talked about a lot, what interests you. And I had asked the person with me to make sure that they would be quiet so that that person could make a decision. And I remember she was just sitting there squirming in her chair. She just couldn't stand it, and I'm just giving her the evil eye, just glaring at her. And what happened was she blurts out, she goes, well, you probably want to be a quick start. And he's like, well, I was thinking about a master affiliate, but if you think I should go quick start, then that's what I'll do. And I just looked at her and I thought, I can't help you if you can't be quiet and listen. So that's very, very important. Do not push people into something that they don't want to do. I had a distributor in my group that brought in more master affiliates than you could believe, but pushed them out as well because she was only interested in these people for the income. Okay, we are building a business. The more that we can help an individual have success, then our success, well, it follows. And that's how that works. We're going to build this business layer upon layer. We don't want to be like a hamster on a wheel where every month we have to bring in new people and do the same thing over and over and over again to replace the work that we've done. So if you do and follow what I'm talking about here, it really does work. So you want to take action. And I always like to tell people, whatever decision that you decide, it's the best one for you. If you share that, make sure that that's really what you mean. If they want to be a customer, get them started on the product. Okay, master affiliate is the best position for them, but you also need other levels to build a healthy distributorship. So if someone wants to be at 20% or 25, you don't go to your someone later go, well, all they did was a quick start. Be happy. I have a lot of people that were quick start and later go master affiliate. Timing's everything. Let people decide for them and respect that decision. Distributor, fill out the form, place the order. Master affiliate, get started building now. Set up time where you can do an in-home presentation. Immediate action. Get on there and call 5 people and tell them what you're looking at. All right. There's a gal in my group, Brenda. She'd been in the business for 22 years, and then she'd been not doing the business but on the products, and then she was in 3 car accidents, and because of Luna-Rich X capsules, she took several of those, got great results, and then wanted to build a business. She'd been at 35% all those years. So you embrace people for where they're at, meet them where they're at. And it's very, very important. When I talk about immediate action, there's a gal in our group, Barbara Bonich. She works down in California. And we had signed a person up, and right then and there, they were at a shake party, and they scheduled another shake party. So you got to do that. That's very, very important. So here's the thing. Have fun sharing your new Reliv business. And if you've been with Reliv for a while, then have fun sharing it, because Reliv is a company you can always be proud of. With that, we've got our leadership, we've got the stability, we've got our future. We have 26 years behind us. Now it's up to us to look forward to the next 26 years and realize that this is the funnest, easiest thing that you can ever do if you can just be yourself. Conquer the battle that's going on in your head. Conquer that battle between your 2 ears that's telling you that you're not able to do this. Because when you can conquer that, boy, the rest is like, it's gravy. I mean, it's easy. Find your Reliv voice in all of this. Don't try to be something that you're not. Just be you. And remember that if you can't talk to someone and you're nervous, well, then wait, because you're selling them. When you can talk to someone and just be you, then that's how it all should be. A dog smells fear, and people know when you're being sincere. So people really don't care how much you know, but they want to know how much you care. And I'm going to leave it with that, and we'll see you next time.